Zombies are way scarier than werewolves, dude. Infinite in number, could be your family member, you have to kill them, die a little bit inside, and then your intestines are ripped out. What could be possibly scarier than that?
Wrong. Werewolves way scarier. Here's why. Zombies are really stupid. Zombies can't even turn the door knob to get into your house. They have trouble like scratching the boards off of the windows like, oh, let us in so we can eat you. A werewolf is like transforming and then finds you and hunts you down and rips your leg off and then eats it right in front of you while you're screaming.
Werewolves aren't scary. They probably get groomed. You know what a zombie wears as an accoutrement? He wears, like, intestines as a necktie.
Sure, it's really sad to become a zombie. Your grandparents, for instance, are bitten by another zombie. So what do? Oh, they mope around the living room at the same speed they moved previously. They're bitten by a werewolf, and the two of them are running at 35 miles an hour through a forest, ready to eat your intestines and your corpse.
I don't need this from you, Jeff.
Look, man, this conversation isn't gonna end. But I think our friendship is.
Has this ever happened to you? I'm sure it has, and don't be ashamed. It's happened to millions of Americans. This kind of argument happens every day, about this subject in fact, because it's one of the greatest questions of all time. Which is scarier? But thankfully now, with a new product, we can answer that question, put it to rest, with Zombies vs. Werewolves. In Zombies vs. Werewolves, two players pit themselves against each other to determine which side is scarier, zombies or werewolves. The game takes place by trying to frighten 6 nameless citizens. Each citizen has a number on it called their courage value. When you play cards from your hand, you try to equal or exceed the courage value of each citizen. Let's take a look at a sample game. Each player chooses a side and takes that deck. After shuffling the cards, each player draws 5 from their respective deck. 6 random citizens are laid out between the players. The poor bastards. Players each reveal the bottom card of their deck to see who goes first, with the highest number going first. Our zombie player wins high draw, so it goes first. The zombie makes a play on the nurse with a 4. The nurse has a courage factor of 10, so zombies come up short, for now. Then he draws a card to put his hand back to 5. Next, the werewolf player plays on the little girl. Ouch! It's an 8. Since it meets her courage of 8, the little girl is terrified by the werewolf side and will likely need therapy for the rest of her life. As per her special ability, she also gives the werewolf's player 4 extra terror points at the end of the game for the final tally. Then the werewolf player draws a card back into their hand. But the zombies are up next. They play a 4 on the nurse. Still not quite enough, but in classic zombie fashion, they move at a slow and steady pace. Not to be outdone, the werewolf plays a 5 on the nurse. Because they play a card of higher value than the zombie just played that round, it's called an attack, and it destroys the zombie's card. The zombies fight back, playing a 6 on the nurse, which negates the werewolf player's previous attack. And because the zombies have met or exceeded the nurse's courage, they manage to frighten her, locking in those points for the end of the game. When all 6 citizens are frightened, the game ends, and the players add up however many terror points they've played on citizens that they've frightened. Whoever has the most terror points wins the game, proving once and for all which side's scarier, zombies or werewolves.
Talk about zombies, talk about werewolves.